welcome. Welcome back to the Demon Ruins. Take just a second here as I'm getting situated. My apologies. Good morning, welcome. You're in, indeed. You made it. So, the only thing I think you may have missed from last time is that ledge right up there along the cliff is where we had been coming in, and then there's 4 or so of those minor Capra demons or whatever they are up there, and we had been dropping down here to avoid them. And right here was that centipede guy coming out of the wall, and I happened to notice that standing right next to him, if you happen to take out the centipede, this bonfire will activate. I didn't even notice it underneath his little legs last time. So, that is the only thing you missed. I did jump down here. We were at the bonfire just up there at the top of the path, but I happened to notice this one just before I quit out, so I grabbed it instead. And we will be headed across the bridge there. We are still in search of that shortcut. Shortcut to Lost Izalith. That I'm still hoping will serve 2 purposes. It should result in a light item, something we can take back to the Tomb of the Giants and actually see for a change. With my luck, these guys will explode after they're dead. Okay, good. Whew. So I'm hoping that it would allow us to get the light item. Well, that seems dangerous, but we go for it. And then I'm also hoping that our friend Knight Solaire may be behind here. In a bit of distress, and freeing up this shortcut may help him on his journey as well. So let's check if it's this way. We checked off to the left before, without much luck. Let's check off to the right. And I'm still not seeing anything. Oh joy. I imagine it has to be around here somewhere, and I am just not catching on to it. Good morning, welcome. And thank you for the subscription. I think I got some sort of emote here. Let me try not to die and hit the button. Thank you for Love Brown L. Whatever that is. Love Brown L. And good to see you. Welcome and good morning. So if you were a shortcut to Lost Izalith, it could be that it is still further ahead, and it's just every opportunity for me to maybe find it, I am jumping on. Because I do not see anything over here but death at the hands of the minor Capra demon, And, oh no. While I appear to be somewhat safe for just a moment, let me actually go ahead and see if I can find it here, instead of relying on 5-year-old memories. Maybe a short video. I will rely on a short video. So sorry. Be right back with you. Okay, so they're passing by where our bonfire was now. And I'm watching. And we're boring you to tears. And they're fighting the little statues. And then what? Ah, they appear to have been invaded in their video by a dark spirit, and that's what's taking so long. I am not human, so I have not been invaded by a dark spirit. Okay. Okay. I see it now. Thanks, video. I'm so sorry for that. Let's try to run past here. I didn't expect it to be inside the archway. It's right in here. And there we have it. If I can survive with the clompy footsteps behind me. There we are. I don't know why I didn't expect to see it inside the doorway, but here we have it. So there is a route leading down. There's an item on the other side. I don't know how I would get over there, but it kind of has to be something up here. All right. A soul. Yay. I'm thrilled. Truly, truly overjoyed. I don't know if there's anything devastating down here, in addition to it being a shortcut. Is there anything devastating? Okay. Good morning. Welcome. Well, thank you. I am being told how cool a person I am. But I have a feeling that this is all due to some lie I've told. Is likely the issue. Have I deceived you in some way to make you believe this? It's okay, you can be honest with me. It is very generous. And kind of you. Mm-hmm. Out of here, bugs. Sunlight metal. That's interesting. That is part of the covenant that Knight Solaire is a part of. Okay, so this is actually the door in question. This is the door that would not open, flamed as it is, if I was not level 2 in that Chaos Servant covenant with 30 humanity, or whatever it was. So That's actually the one I've been looking for the entire time. I had confused it for the one nearest the bonfire. And these chaos bugs here that I'm chasing down are actually what we're down here for, strange as it seems. Because I believe the last one should contain an item that we need. That might be him there. You there. No? Oh goodness, is that a Titanite demon down there? There's the thing that's gonna kill me that I've completely forgot about. Well, okay. Well, okay. Let me catch up to the chat. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. Yes, I am no longer being pummeled by portobellos or shattered by chanterelles. This is very true. And I could not be happier, really. Off to work, absolutely. Good luck on the drive. Stay warm out there. Okay, we're just going to be doing a little dying to a Titanite demon. Yeah, I'll be fine. So this is actually Lost Izalith, which I keep mistakenly calling the area outside there, which is actually just the demon ruins. This is inside the bell structure that we saw from above. It's something very different. It's something very different. No, I can't use the same song I used last time. I have to come up with a new song. So the weird thing is that I have not gotten the item I was expecting to get. There, I was just not patient enough. The sunlight maggot almost eluded me. I wonder if I can use that for the song. Everywhere I go, the sunlight maggot seems to hide. But now that we have persevered, we have finally found it. So that is what I was hoping to find. And the other thing I was also hoping to find is no Night Solaire behind here. I think if you had waited past a certain point, if you kill like a specific boss, after this point, Night Solaire will actually have been trapped by the shortcut door that you just opened, and he will have been stuck back here, and that maggot, the thing we just found, would have instead been buried in his face, is apparently the other way this can go. So by taking out the sunlight maggot first, and by opening the shortcut door to allow him to escape from Lost Izalith, I believe he will survive. And you won't have to put him down early, is my dearest hope. I promise I will not hate you for using your num-nums. For Dark Souls songs, that is fantastic use of them. Truly, any time. I just hope my caffeinated brain can begin to work and actually come up with lyrics. Oh, that was very, very silly of me, and I should not have done it. Ah. Oh, the silliness. I'm actually just going to use another homeward bone instead of dealing with the consequences of my actions. Because I have a few of these, and I do not want to fight the demons out there. So technically you can use that shortcut to avoid the boss in the fog gate before the shortcut door there. But I think we're going to want to take it the normal path and fight him regardless. However, because I now have Sunlight Maggot, let us jump back to the path we were on, back near the Tomb of the Giants. That is a very interesting question. Can num-nums be retrieved cumulatively to create a Scottish song. I don't see why not, really. But it is going to... Pardon me, it is going to hurt your ears, I promise. That is a fantastic idea. Can I rework Suddenly Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors into Suddenly... Night Solaire? Suddenly Solaire is standing beside me. Suddenly Night Solaire. Oh yeah, it'll work. We could get there. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. Oh, it's being redeemed. This is what I wanted now to show you. Oh goodness. It doesn't necessarily work, but we'll figure out a way. Two birds. Okay, how can I make a song about Night Solaire that is both Scottish and musical? That's also Suddenly Seymour. I think that'd be fine. I'm gonna try to get past these bone wheel gentlemen first while I'm thinking about it. Hold on. I hope this will work. I just want to get past you, gentlemen. No big deal. I have to remember I still have 2 humanity active I need to worry about. Let me get away from the wheelie dealies. We'll worry about that later. Okay, while I'm down in a slightly light room, let us do what we have to do here. Where are you, Sunlight Maggot? So this, while, yes, obviously the height of fashion as its primary use, also creates that little bubble of light above your head, which, in the Tomb of the Giants, becomes very, very helpful. It's not necessarily necessary anywhere else in the game, except maybe some Abyss levels later on, but here it really does make a difference. Changes your ambient, your radial light circle to be about 3 times bigger than it was before. And I'll take it. So we are back where we were maybe 3 episodes ago now? 2 or 3? With the giant skeletons. Just giant, really. I'm trying not to die to giant skeletons. I don't know what red skeleton has to do with this, but there we go. Okay. Slowly but surely, we'll whittle them down. Now I always forget there's 2 here. It's just my least favorite thing. Okay, now there's 1. But I'm likely going to die to him. Oh, good. There we go. Alright, hide from the arrows. Let the sunlight maggot gently guide my way. I think I have to go down 1 more slide. I can't quite recall at this point. Yes, here it is, I do believe. This is the bonfire that I managed to land on accidentally while I was escaping from some of those skeletons above during an off-screen exploratory session. And so you missed me igniting it, but this is the first time I will rest at it to officially progress, or whatever that would be. All hail the Sunlight Maggot. Yes, thank you for your service, dear, dear Maggot. I really appreciate it. So now hopefully we can try to make a bit more progress. We see our friend standing up there, who was completely invisible to me previously. Like literally in a previous session we walked right past this guy somehow. On down this way without even noticing. So this is Patches. Our friend Patches. If you've played Dark Souls, he may be familiar to you for several reasons. Let's just go ahead and find out why.
You look reasonably sane. What are you doing in the catacombs? Are you a cleric or something?
I am not a cleric or something.
Really? Then I'd have no qualms telling you. There's a fine stash of treasure.
I have no absolution for you, Patches.
But, well, we're friends now. So I'll split it with you. In any case, have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
Tee-hee. Tee-hee, Patches. So he's like, yeah, have a peek at the treasure I found down below. And then, of course, as you might expect, with a name like Patches...
This is what I do, my friend. The trinkets I'll be stripping off your corpse, that's the real treasure.
I can't blame him. I am riddled with trinkets. And that is a pretty good business venture here in Lordran. But also boo, Patches. There's a skull lantern. That would have essentially made the entire journey for the Sunlight Maggot unnecessary. If I had just stepped forward by about 2 feet. But hey, now we got a fancy hat. A fancy hat out of the deal. Alright, so there's the cleric lady. I do, however, hear other sources of breathing further ahead.
Are you? Thank goodness. Please.
With a hat like this, you think I'm hollow?
These hollows not
No.
far from here. They were once brave knights, my former escorts. Who would let such strong spirits be hollowed so? Heavens, is there nothing at all to be done?
I find it very interesting how everyone you meet, the sort of theme of the NPC dialogue you work through is that everyone else loses their motivation or their will to continue at some point. Even Knight Solaire, if left to certain fates, will lose his motivation and go hollow. And you're the only one who kind of perseveres past all the corpses and all the souls of the brave warrior that made it before you. No one has ever fixed it or gone all the way, for lack of a better word. At the time. Let's not catch her in a crossfire. That would be bad. Darn those healing spells. There. Now it's hammer time, or axe time, whatever that is. I saw it wrong, out of the corner of my eye. Why am I only using the corner of my eye during a battle, you ask? Well, that's a very good question. Come on, one more. There. Let's sip. Let us have a small sip of Estus, yes? as we explore the darkened pit where Patches has pushed us with his foot. Unfortunately. Okay, I regrettably took care of your escorts. Would you like to get out of the dark pit?
Hollows, did you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you so very much. Here, these belonged to them. You deserve them more than I am certain that both Vince and Nico.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, thank you. You get out of here. Go find someone nice who has not yet lost the will to live. I don't know who that would be exactly. I don't think there's anything else down here, but let me give a quick search for items. Over this way, perhaps? I don't know what exactly causes that little yellow flash that just hit my head. It gave me an extra Estus. I finally caught on to what it's doing. It's giving me one extra sip for some reason. But I just don't know what causes it. Like, is it some miracle another player is using or something weird? I have no clue. So that's terrifying. Giant, tower of skelly dudes that can rumble around in a circle. Interesting. Get out of here, skelly dudes. Nobody wants your rumbles. Ah, there is no getting behind them. It is a 360-degree thing. I don't know why I expected otherwise. Like, I'll backstab him. No. No, you won't. His back is everywhere. His back is omnipresent. Sure, yeah, maybe if you kill a certain number of enemies without dying thing, that could definitely be. Okay. I would love to know where there's another, let's say, bonfire. Is that the bonfire that I was at? Huh. It must be. Landed out here. Here's Patches.
Oh, you. Well.
Yeah,
Let's just calm
it's me.
down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These.
Remember the guy holding the leg of one of the resident bosses here?
You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we?
I will not. I will not forgive you.
Let's not mope about, eh? You're still alive. I said I'm sorry. Wait, I know. Here, take this. It proves something, doesn't it?
Okay, yes it does. He seems very happy about that. So I think if you say you forgive him, he just does not give you an item, and later he ends up being a merchant in Firelink Shrine once he makes it out of here. And you can get some rarer stuff from him later. But if you say you do not forgive him, he gives you a twin humanity, and then the exact same thing happens. He still goes to Firelink. You just get bribed into submission first. And I'll take it, sure. So let me briefly run back here just to check that there's nothing on the other pathway here. It may lead around to that archer that was trying to get us when we were fighting the giant skeletons. And that would be interesting to me. Nope, not that way. Okay, and how about up here? That is a large man. Just enough time for some Estus there. Ah, and I've forgotten the second archer. That'll happen. Oh, good. I'll reference Red Skeleton as many times as you need. Absolutely. And welcome back. I'm glad you made it. Through the treacherous traffic. Okay, another soul. There's some more glowing eyes. Come on, my friend. Let's get this party started. Your guests have arrived. They're all waiting. We're beginning to run low on dip. Do start the party. So I feel like a lot of these are things I'm going to have to drop down to get. Exhibit A. Oh, Exhibit B? No. Let's try that again. Boy, are my cheeks crimson with shame. Like a toaster strudel. What? Someone is asking in the chat. I'm rather curious. What inspires you? That is a very good question. And one to which I should have an easy answer. This is back up above the second side of the pinwheel, like where you come into the Tomb of Giants. That's very interesting. I'm trying to think of an actual, real answer to this question and not just say toaster strudel again, because that is not technically what inspires me. But it is very, very tempting on the lips right now, for some reason. I would say that any sort of acts of kindness or self-sacrifice that go above and beyond the norm, any acts of nobility that could make one believe that humanity is not entirely a seething cesspool of disappointment, is what inspires me. The idea that we, as humans, could be better than we are currently being. Is quite a comforting thought. Ah, they got me. Oh, that was handy, though. I'll take it. And now we can just go back this way. No need to rehash old ground. I don't know what I'm doing up there. Let's go ahead and rest at the bonfire. Once more. I'm sure Patches will skitter off. I think, canonically, I'm going to imagine... Sorry, let me deal with this guy. I'm going to imagine that Patches, overcome with guilt at his actions and my confrontation of him, will help the cleric lady get out back to Firelink, since that's where they're both headed. I don't know if that's the case. I think he probably just leaves her to die and she makes her own way out. But I'm going to believe that he's showing a bit of nobility himself there. Headcanon. Oh, hello, sir. I didn't know we were having yet another party down here. But I'll take it. Or dip, sure. Okay. So I guess I am headed on past the pit still. There must be a way forward rather than curving back around like I've been doing. Let's head the normal way. The non-patches boot to the backside passage. And yes, I think somehow I managed to slip right past patches. Like the first time we were down here when I couldn't see anything. I managed to hug this wall. I didn't even see him. And then we died over here by falling off an edge. Before I even got to the fog wall. That's gonna eat up some stamina real good. Yikes. Ate up more than some stamina. So just give a thorough look to all the edges here. I believe this is where I fell off last time, right there. Yes. Let us believe in and nurture the goodness deep within patches. Oh my. There's so much going on here. And a Black Knight. Yeah, I mean, obviously. With all of this going on, this is definitely the time to throw a Black Knight into the mix. Try to get away from these... I don't even know what to call them. I want to say dogs, but I don't think that's the case. Feral human giant skeletons. Perhaps? Alright, come on now. Oh, that is much, much later. I keep trying to parry it, but it is later than I think. Jeez. Just need any room to stand. Yikes. That's fair. Hopefully it's not too far away from the bonfire in order to be retrieved, because I do have 2 humanity in that pile that I'd like to keep because it's augmenting my sword. Not for the sake of humanity, no, but for the sake of my sword. I'm like the Bob Ross of video games. That's incredibly flattering. I would happily take it. I do not have such exquisite and yet personally painful hair, but I would happily take the mantle. They attack quite quickly for how big of a thing they are. It's like unnaturally quick. I do have my 2 humanity. The fog wall is gone. That's nice. So how do I lure a Black Knight? I'd really also like to not be shot during the battle. Is that a possibility? Is that something we could discuss with the producers of this program? Oh, there he goes. Okay. Permanently, or is there a ledge down there he's now landed upon? Yikes. Is this him, in fact? This may be him. Oh, there he goes again. Okay, now how about the Black Knight? Jeez. Persistent. Persistent and powerful. Not to mention poised. Quite poised. Bad dog. Okay. Gonna try for the archer without being halberded in the back. Now you may halberd me in the back. That's fine. Show some leg. Yoo-hoo! Mr. Black Knight! Nope, not off the edge. Not off the edge. Ah ha ha. But off the edge was my personal destiny, it seems. Despite the fact that I tried to shout a quick incantation to stop it by going, no, not off the edge. Which I do believe is how magic works. Alright. Oh, you're just loving this, aren't you, Patches? Hee hee, I can hear it now. No. Let's not die to the first boss in the sequence. Or first enemy in the sequence, rather. It feels like a boss sometimes. No. That's a no-no. Oh, good. You managed to slip. So that's a bit far. That's a bit far into the flow of things. But sure. I'll go down here. Let's see what's down here. Black Knight? Mr. Knight, sir? Ooh. Yay. Second bonfire. And some death. That's fine. Well, I lit it, but I did not rest at it, so I don't think I'll respawn there. That's a shame. That's too bad. I wonder if I can warp to it. Probably not. Well. So while that was good information, if I had only pressed one more button, I would be in a better position than I am. Try to skirt past them once more and see if I can remember the path that I took there, and sit at it. Sitting at it will be the goal. Oh, look, you can actually see it down there. That's nice. Lit it up quite tenderly. There's the knight. Where were you last time? Oh, this is a nightmare. So there go my two humanities. I've lost my two humanities. When will I get them back? I don't know if I will until I make all of their bones crack. I don't even know if cracking their bones would produce any humanity. That's probably marrow I'm thinking of. Just a little amuse-bouche of marrow. So I will be doing slightly less damage from now on, is the upshot of that sequence. As if I wasn't already doing slightly little damage. Less damage than I would like. Oh yeah, you can make a good soup out of some marrow. And sometimes that's even better than humanity. If someone came up to you on the street while you were like really cold and said, "Hey, do you need some humanity or do you need some hot soup?" It'd be a toss-up. Though I guess one would likely lead to the other. If you're on the street cold and starving, some humanity would help. From anyone, really. He didn't like that plan. He had a personal issue with it. Hey, Patches, do you wanna take this one for me? Maybe we could even Stevens it out if you just help. Oh, that was surprising in the best way. He just came right in with the jab. Okay. When am I going to release a CD of mystical musical madness? Oh goodness. I don't know if the Billboard charts are ready for that. Gotta give Billie Eilish a little time to enjoy it first before I just rob her of her dreams. That'd be terrible. Way to go, Billie Eilish. You enjoy. I have not figured out how to fight these guys yet. I can be completely honest with you. I just don't get it yet. Their moveset does not make any sense to me. You thought it was Patches that stabbed me. That would be hilarious. He just took every opportunity he could to try to one-up you. I'm gonna pretend that's exactly what happened. He just saw me close to death, and he could not help it. Ha ha! He does have a surprisingly similar pole arm, whatever you would call that. So this is nothing. This is a retrieval of next to nothing. I would love to just break on through to the other side, as 'twere, here, and not have to fight these feral human guys. With the long, long necks, jeez. Taking a bite out of my ass like I'm a sample platter at Costco. Get out of here. This is not the Costco. I think it must have been this way, and down, and then this way and down. And do sit. What are you doing to me with the not sitting? Alright, it's time for a wee break here at the bonfire, the second bonfire of the two giants. I hope you're having fun. I hope you have, I don't know, cider, haggis, perhaps a wee biscuit and a Scotch egg, I don't know. Oh, please, keep the demands coming. That's what they're there for. That's what they're there for, to force me to try to do accents that I can't really do, so that eventually I'll be able to do them. And years from now, when someone spends num-nums, it will be like a sacred transformative event. Like, is that Billy Connolly? Goodness me. The talent on display. But not yet. It's not yet. I'm getting there. Okay, so I don't know if I'm supposed to continue to go down. Or what, exactly. love to take this guy out so that I could just get a peek around, but, oh. You've got 17,000 num-nums. I imagine that's the sound you make every time you think about it. Unlimited power! Get your long neck out of here. Sure, I'll take that. Sure, I'll be stuck back here forever. That's fine. I think the problem I'm having with them is that there is no staggering them. You can't interrupt any of their moves. They will hit you with whatever they want to hit you with. And if you're not out of the way, too bad for you. I'm wondering what I could perform, what talent I have that would be worth, well, let's say 50,000, 60? Almost 60,000 cumulative num-nums. What would that be? If we could spend them all at once. I would, well, gosh, I'd shave my ears for something like that. Just gonna go any old way they're not, is all I'm doing right now. I'm just being a coward. Any old way. Good luck climbing down the ladder with your bone structure. So you can see we're starting to creep into what would be Ash Lake out there. Or something very similar looking. Can the num-nums eventually pay for the vocal cord surgery I will need? This is a good question. I likely already need some vocal cord surgery, so yeah. French with hints of Scottish song incoming. Oh no. I'll have to prepare myself. This kind of seems like a trap, like something's going to drop down behind me on this narrow passageway. That must be some part of Ash Lake. That's very interesting. So I believe this was one of the areas where they had a yellow shimmery barrier before I got the Lord Vessel, whatever it was. So I think this is actually now finally saying you're nearing the Lord boss in question. And I don't suppose we want to go any other way, but that bonfire is fairly far back. This isn't necessarily a makeable journey each time if I die here. But in that same vein, I have almost nothing to lose. As far as I know, they're just for you, yeah. They're just a loyalty reward for coming along on this journey with me. Plus, they have the effect of, you know, forcing me out of my, my shy shell. To try to do Scottish more often. So that I don't sound like I'm making fun of people. That's my greatest fear, really, is that it'll be a negative impersonation. I want to get good enough at it, of all kinds, that I can do a positive impersonation, if such a thing exists. Now they're all over the place. Okay. Sure. I'm still running, putting my souls ever further away. Wow, this is a whole room full of that last boss we just fought. A whole room full of pinwheel guys. Yikes. Or should I say, Jitalor? Such a surprise. Well, this does not look good for me. This looks like I will likely die quickly and screaming in some agony. Likely inflamed. Oh, goodness. this seems unfortunate. But okay. Sure. Skeleton babies. That's the last thing I surprised. Surprised? That's the last thing I expected. I don't know why my brain went there with it. Bad. Bad pinwheel. Bad babies. Bad babies. No, you're good. You're good babies. Come on. Just because you're afraid for your life is no reason to be harsh to these poor, poor babies. Who appear to be some sort of infinite resource. The babies of the bone broth, deep below. And if that's not a song, I don't know what is. Let me tell you the tale of the babies in the bone broth deep below. It's like an old hobo tune. It's perfect. Okay, I'm going this way then. Fire permitting, I'm going this way. Bad. 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 Bad, bad babies in the bone broth deep below. They say that bone broth is supposed to be good for you. Packed with nutrients, but I haven't seen any nutrients here. Okay, let's get out of the bone broth. I don't know how I missed that earlier. A brief detour. Goodness, I love me an enemy that can stagger. Fills me with joy. Another Mask of the Child? Great. It's the only thing I got previously from fighting that first pinwheel boss, was a Mask of the Child. They have 3, as far as I know, that they can drop. But I got 2 of the exact same one. That's fine. I'm not bitter. Not hideously bitter about it. So are they really going to make me go straight into a boss, or is this one of those, you know, I can't think of the phrase I'm trying to think of. Throwing me off the scent, or whatever it is. Good. It must not be an actual boss battle. Or maybe it is, and it just requires a fall. Okay. Well, yikes. guess there's nothing for it. Though I did not get any nearer Bonfire. So this is the longest journey ever to get back to the boss. So this was really just a sneak peek. I'm not intending that we will make progress here. This will likely be short. But who knows? Oh great, we've awakened the Gravelord. Oh, that really took off a lot of health falling down here. That took off almost all of my health. Okay, I'm seeing skeleton guys. Lots of skeleton guys. And they are not giving me souls, so they likely will keep popping back up. Didn't get it off. So hoping. That did some very admirable damage, but, yeah. Much too slow to be of any use, really. So that is the first Lord that I believe we've fought. It's one of the 4 souls that need to go into the Lord vessel after you have defeated them. So this is a real serious part of the game. I have to imagine there's a bonfire closer to him than this one is, that I likely missed. And I hope we can find it, and then this won't be such a big deal. Let me race off and grab another cup of coffee here real quick while we're in a safe location. I'll be right back with you. So sorry for the delay. Okay. Freshly caffeinated, so sorry. So I am wondering, both if there is anything closer, a bonfire closer to him, and then in addition, if there's anyone I could summon to become human. If there isn't a bonfire close to him, I need to reverse my hollowing now at this bonfire, is what I'm trying to decide. If I should go ahead and do so, and then I would be risking my humanity with all of those guys, the long, long walk. Maybe I should just be grinding this area out a bit more before I make any rash decisions. Because it would be very, very easy to lose a whole bunch of smooth baby-facedness. A whole fistful of baby-facedness is at stake here. So, geez. I'm glad we got a preview of Gravelord Nito at the very least. But it may take us a bit of maneuvering / some level ups to actually face him. Indeed, I had completely forgotten. Someone in the chat is mentioning Happy Val/Gal/Palentine's Day to all who observe it. I completely forgot that it was a holiday. That's how much I'm paying attention to my calendar lately. So thank you. And yes, happy holiday to all. Happy Tines. Okay, so that's really not that bad. I guess I was considering, in my mind, I was thinking it was back at the first bonfire. It's still a very long walk, but I thought we'd have to deal with the Black Knight and the dog guys every time, which isn't necessarily true. I'll get that crystal lizard one of these days. So the biggest problem is just skirting past these bone towers, I imagine. And thank you very much, Rebel Kel, for gifting in the chat. Magnanimously. And these guys don't go away. Wow. I was real proud of myself. I was bursting like a cherry tomato with pride that I'd actually taken care of this, but every time, okay. At least they give me a lot of cover in this arena. It's more generous than they could be. But what a nightmare. And they also don't even give you that many souls in the grand scheme of things for being effectively mini-bosses. And those guys just crop right back up. Little girls. This is Miss Hannigan's least favorite room in all of Dark Souls. I'm super happy about the Titanite chunks, though. Rebel Kel again! I cannot believe it! I cannot believe that I have to teach you this lesson again. Oh no, it's not that. It's, thank you. Thank you deeply and genuinely. These kids do need to respect the maggot. Seriously, guys. Personal space. Is that another one down there that I missed? I see a little lantern waving. Like a little hanky being pankied at me. Yoo-hoo! He was showing a little leg, trying to lure me down here. It's one of those classic babies dropping from the ceiling situations. No, we'll just leave him. That's fine. It is much appreciated. Thank you for your generosity. And I am so glad. Okay, so yes, I have to fight that guy every time. It's not that bonfire is just gonna kill me. I need to figure out a way past that, and I'm not sure what it would be. I don't have a ring or anything that prevents fall damage. Yikes. This is not ideal. Okay. So when you hear a piercing scream, something is about to pierce you from the ground. Fair enough. There appear to be 3 regular skeletons and 3 giant skeletons. Just to complicate the ground down here. However, he does seem very, very slow. It's just getting any time to actually work on him rather than dealing with the skeletons. It's going to be a problem. Really? That seems hugely unfair that neither of those hit him. And I'm stuck. Okay. So yeah, that is, in my opinion, too many skeletons. Too many skeletons at once. So, one more try before I have to go here. I'm coming up on about 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. But let me use a humanity, which we have been happily getting from those baby skeletons, it appears. What a weird sentence to say out loud. But I've been happily grinding baby skeletons for humanity. And let's do this. And see if we can find anyone along the way. I don't know who might be down here at this point. Big Hat Logan? Are you down here, buddy? We'll see. So now I am human, I need to be extra careful, and I'm trying to decide if I should use any other humanities just to augment my sword or not. Oh, I'll leave it for now. Okay. Made it to the ladder, which I have to imagine protects me from those crawly guys, the giant feral skeletons. Guan D is asking in the chat, do I follow a stream schedule or just stream when the mood strikes me? I do not have a set schedule necessarily, yes. I typically can be found in the mornings, and definitely on weekend mornings, usually. But no specific schedule, regrettably. I should have such a thing. That was a little late and dangerous. What are you doing? Is that a healing spell? It is. Okay. Never can be sure if it's going to be a healing spell or a... Ahem. Exhibit A. Exactly that. So, they expected you to do this. They expected you to want to summon someone during this battle, and they've invaded you with a dark spirit. So we have to use one more humanity. It's fair enough. Clever. Clever of them. One more humanity. Reverse my hollowing again. Let's try that once more. So eventually, I'm sure I may have to have a stream schedule. If I ever want to break the next obstacle, apparently, to my Twitch progress, would be to have 75 average viewers, or something like that. Which sounds like a lot of people. I hover somewhere around 10, perhaps? 10 average viewers? You lovely folk? And so there's a bit of a gap for me from being a professional streamer, certainly. But if I am ever to the point where that is the case, and perhaps I have to deploy a camera, etc., etc., I will definitely have a schedule then, if this gets serious. I would love for it to get serious. So there's where he spawns in. Not necessarily useful, but sure, I'll take any advantage. Don't you heal? Don't you heal? So I have to remember when he puts his weapon away, he is threatening to blast me, shall we say. I don't really want to back him up into here. I would just love to have any ground to stand on. I can't be mad at that because it actually blocked his move from hitting me as well, so it's only fair that my move was blocked. Let's try back here where there's the tiniest amount of wiggle room. Darn these healers. He can do that so quick, too. It's impressively quick. And clearly designed to blow you off this ledge. Okay, he does not have a weapon, but I do imagine he's healing. It's hard to tell what he's gonna go with. Ah, and it's so long, too. Such a distance. Oh, come on. It's like even when I know that's what he's gonna do, I'm barely getting out of the way of it. Interesting. Interesting guy. I wish I could just get him to fall. I know that I can do that kick move. I'm never quite sure how. Ah, he's got me. That's fair. So that is quite an obstacle in the way of me getting out there in human form. I should likely run and get another cup of coffee and get to my desk here for a Friday. So sorry not to end on a more progressive note. But we have a peak. We know that the Knight of Thorns, our friend Kirk, is waiting for us there. And beyond him, the Gravelord Nito, with his many skeleton brethren. We will have to see if there's any way we can take them all out. I may be using an unfortunate weapon now again at this point, or something like that. We'll figure it out. I appreciate your time here and coming with me. Hopefully we will meet back here soon for another session. hopefully with more mystical musical madness of the French and Scottish varieties that can only improve. Oh God, please. Thank you guys for hanging out with me here. I will see you again shortly. Oh, so shortly. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. Find someone you love. Hold them close. Consensually. Hold them consensually close. And know that no matter what happens, I love you. See you next time.